Nobody does it better than the Sojourner Tropical Breeze, if that's how you pronounce it. But guys, I need that Brazilian funk in the air, especially now it's 30 degrees plus throughout this entirety of the summer. Everyone right now is smelling like pig. I'm not trying to do the same. I need to maintain my personality and the smell of my personality. I'm a quirky, bubbly, bright and vibrant person. And not only I need to look, but I need to also smell the part. I am Scent 62 and there are several different scents you can choose from. Please don't forget to purchase before it's too late. Enjoy the episode because right now we're going to get in. What up, losers and winners? Obviously, everyone's a winner here. Well, for some, if you're not a hater, obviously. But guys, welcome back to another episode of Ishy's Liveout Superstars with your best host. And I am solo. Oh, we love a bit of a solo episode. Because one thing about me, yeah, everyone is so fun to talk to. And everyone gives me different insights and stories. But one thing about me, I need to give you guys life updates about what's been going on. Especially like summer's been quite a big one for the most part. And other things that I want to like discuss as well, because you guys want to hear a lot more from the life of Ishy. So where do we begin? Obviously, I hope you guys are having a good summer because, yeah, this summer has been summering. Obviously, you said this in the last episode with Javane on, but 30 degrees heat on and on and on and on and on and on. That's consistency right there. One thing about summer, right? A lot of people be complaining about the flipping heat, and I get it. It gets way too hot, and yeah, it gets really unbearable in terms of like dress sense and how you can dress to go outside. But I have to say, I can't be complaining no more. Yes, I'm going to be hot and bothered, but I'm going to embrace the moment for what it is because I always be getting annoyed about how it rains all throughout the other previous summers. So I'm going to take this as a blessing. Like, it was supposed to rain like this week on and it hasn't. So I'm glad. I'm actually glad. Like, God is giving us something great. Please, thank you, just keep it up. Also, by the way, I have no trim. I am butters right now. Sorry, I look meaty. I ain't used that word in years. Ew, I'm never using that word again. But yeah, this is why I'm wearing a hat. Sometimes I don't always need to look like I'm on over the carpet. It's fine, but hey, we have better days. All right, so what has gone on in my life lately? All right, so obviously right now, not into the peak of summer, but I'm gonna discuss something that happened back in May. Pretty much bank holiday times, like during the Arsenal parade. So obviously Arsenal won the Premier League. I don't support Arsenal, but I live in North London, so North London's red. Boosh. But yeah. Anyways, I was on my way home. Bearing in mind, this was the night before the parade. So the parade was on a Sunday. I was coming in from work. It was on a Saturday, and yeah, everything was locked off. Transport, you know. So some guy, he was obviously in the middle of the street and he came over to me. I was in Dalston and this guy comes over to me like lost, like he was stranded because he didn't know like how to get back home or whatnot, because he came all the way from Doncaster, by the way, because he came down for the weekend to visit his dad. And he came over to me now asking me, hey mate, like I need help. He was pretty drunk, and at first I thought he was just like one of them drunkies that obviously just chat shit. And I'm like, no, he actually seems genuinely like lost. So he came over to me now and asked me, can you help me to get home? I do not have the Uber app. I was pretty shocked, I'll be honest with you, because yeah, he's never used Uber before. So I had to like help him use the Uber app and like create an account and enter his email and details and whatnot. And because he was stumbling drunk, he couldn't obviously focus typing on the phone. And it was a Samsung as well. Guys, I don't use Samsung, so I don't really know how to operate a Samsung, bear in mind. So, but yeah, so I helped him out with that. And he was so thankful. Obviously, I didn't successfully manage to like book the cab, but I managed to successfully help him get an account. And he also didn't remember his like Google Gmail password. So I had to also help him find his password and luckily he managed to remember. So yeah, that's really nice. And yeah, thanks to my good deed, he said to me, you know what, thank you so much. Take my number down. meet me tomorrow, just in the pub. Irish fella as well. You know what? Irish people are so lovely. I must say, like, the Irish community are just absolute golden hearts. Me, I love people with warm energy. And that's what makes me being a good Samaritan even better in this situation, because it was someone who actually, like, was really genuinely nice. So he was like to me, now, take down my number. I will treat you to some food and buy you a drink and come to my pub tomorrow, whatever. It was like an Irish pub in Dalston. I was like, oh my gosh, really? And you know what? I wasn't going to go out tomorrow, the next day, because, yeah, Arsenal parade, everything was locked off. But you see me, it was like 15-minute walk down the road. I did not have to worry about nothing. When I tell you it was the one and only day and time I have ever left my house without breaking a single penny out of my bank account, I actually walked to the location, didn't buy a single drink, didn't even end up buying food because the place we went to was just like pizza only. But like the gesture was nice. Do you get what I mean? Like it felt really, really wholesome, and that made me feel so good. And I'm glad that I was able to help somebody else out like that. Shout out to the guy, bless him with all my heart. I'm going to insert the picture. Obviously, I'm not going to show his face, confidentiality and whatever. But yeah, he was just like nice guy. Obviously, he was very drunk, so he was slurring his words a lot. But like, mind you, he was really nice. It's just the Irish drunks. They're very, loud. And I wasn't used to that. But like, I'm a loud person as well. But like, when someone's like louder than me, I kind of get a bit like, involved sometimes. But no, I'm so happy that I managed to help him out. Like, yeah, that was a good deed. Speaking of good deeds as well, I also done another good deed, but this was back in, I think it must have been February, must have been like Valentine's, but it was like for Nora's event. Yeah, that's it. It was like Nora's EP show. Oh my God, shout out to her again, because it was absolutely like the best thing I went to. Like, it was so vibrant. Mind you, before any of that happens, I just want to like hand out the detail that it was like an all pink and like colourful themes. So I went in like an all pink outfit, and I had like a pink glossy puffer jacket in my wardrobe, and I never wore it before. Like, I just had it in my wardrobe from like probably just over nearly 2 years. So I like opened it for the first time, put it on top of like my pink tracksuit, whatever that I was wearing. It wasn't a tracksuit, it was like a pink cardigan. Anyway, I wore the pink glossy jacket, and my mum basically like freaked out almost. I understand why, as a man, and obviously it was late at night, I don't want to be targeted, but yeah, it was a bit peak. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I did deeper after. Like, yeah, that was a bit too much pink. Mind you, I love my pinks, but like, that was just a shame that I didn't get to do that. But I managed to change into my thing. But like, the outfit I wore overall was actually like good anyway. So yeah, I went to Nora's EP party, and it was so good. I actually had so much fun. Obviously, I got invited to interview her guests that turned up, and it was really nice just to like speak about like what you think about her whole playlist and her album at the moment, what's her favorite songs, and yeah. But yeah, so the main situation that happened after Nora's EP was I left, I went home, and because at the time my phone had a white case, and one of the other guests that turned up had another phone with like the same white case. So I put my phone down on the table for a second, and then I picked it up. But then like, I don't know why, it must be I do not have amnesia, but I completely didn't even recognize that I already put my phone in my pocket or my bag. So I saw another white phone, like with a white case, picked that up and put that in my pocket. And I promise you now, like, the night went off smoothly, got into the cab, making my way home, checking my phones now. I open and I look at the phone, I unlock my phone or whatever, open the screensaver. It's not my flipping screensaver. I'm like, wait, hold on. I started to panic because I'm like, oh my God, no. Did someone take my phone? And then I felt my phone in my pocket. Oh, wait, hold on. I got someone else's phone. Oh my gosh. I felt so bad. Immediately I took action. I did not hesitate. I didn't say, you know what, let me just like keep the phone and I'll give it to you. Nah, I didn't do that because anybody else could have done that. But me, I have a good heart. So what I did now, right, was I went into her emergency contacts and it had her best friends and her mum. So next of kin, closest person, I called her mum. Called the mum now. She picked up the phone. She's like, "Oh, hello. Who's this person? I'm not gonna disclose the name, but I'm this person. I got this person's phone, and obviously she hasn't realized that her phone's gone now. So if she makes her way home, please like inform her." And the mum was like, "Oh, thank you so much." Because she would have been going off her mind, like, "You are such a good Samaritan. Like, I appreciate it so much. You actually took the time out to call me and, like, inform that my daughter's phone's missing and you're going to give it back." So, yeah, no, she got back home already, actually. So she was already back home, luckily enough, because she left the party early. She got back home, she took the phone from her mum, and she was like to me, "Oh, okay." She's up from Kent. Come on, guys. Like, what the heck? But you know what? One thing about me, I am always going to make a journey to make sure that that person gets their phone back. Someone's life could be on that phone. And this is what I mean. I always have the heart to think about how it could affect other people. So now she asked me to like meet her like at Victoria Station. I had work the next day, but I said, you know what? I'm going to be tired. Let me just get up extra early and like just make an extra journey before I'm on my way to work. So I met up in Victoria Station now. She came over to me. I took her Instagram first and obviously messaged her on Instagram through like her iPad or laptop or whatever. I can't remember exactly what it is. But yeah, I was messaging her on Instagram and then we were speaking and then obviously asking to meet at this location. So we met up now and I gave her the phone back. You see, that is good courtesy of the heart. She was so happy and she was so pleased. And oh my God, I feel so fucking fantastic about that. Because so many people in the world, and you got to realise, UK is bad vibes. Like, the UK is bad vibes. So if it means there is good people out there that want to try and make the world better again, I will do that. Like, I'll hold my hands up and I'll always do that. I will never make someone suffer. I've suffered before and people have actually stood there and done nothing. I don't want to be that person. Please. Let there be more people like that out there. Oh my God, guys. So let's hop onto the most exciting part of summer as of right now. Love Island Aftersun. Guys, I'm famous again. You know what? Sorry. I have to say, first of all, it's my second speaking appearance. And it's gotten me, you do not understand how viral I have gone right now on my Instagram. So my personal Instagram is ultrastar_Ishy. It's at ULTRXSTXR_ISHYY. So all the A's are replaced with X's. All right, anyways. So how viral I've gone, right? Oh my gosh. So I have never reached this many likes on a post. Okay, 800, 900 likes, whatever. Right, so many research, so many posts, guys. I feel like a celebrity in this moment. I promise you right now. So, first thing first, let's just talk about the experience again. So, being in the studio, talking to the Islanders. Oh my gosh. I finally met Tyreek, guys. Didn't get a picture of him, unfortunately, we weren't allowed. But I finally met Tyreek. Can I just say, he's so sick. Like, he's actually really a cool guy. Like, later to you. Yeah, he's actually really calm. Like, I like him so much. Like, he's really nice. He has a good personality as well. Like, he's not. Because at first I was kind of scared. I was like, oh yeah, nah, he might be a bit rude, but no, he actually has so much love for people, and I love his streams. Please, like, whoever has this hate of I don't like his streams, you're mad. Sorry, like, life is life. Enjoy it to the fullest. Not being PR trained is what I want to become. So that's something I've been inspired to do. Also. I don't care anymore. The thing fell off. Oh my God, I got a shout out to Sophie Fox. Don't even know who you are, but I got sent a video. She shouted me out. I'm going to insert the video.
Last question was from this guy. I actually saw his Get Ready With Me on my For You page before I watched this. If you see this, hello.
Oh my God, literally, I felt like a celebrity in that moment. Like, that was such a pinch me moment because basically she was making a review about how everybody asked this question to other Islanders, and I was the last person to ask the question. Save the best for last. What can I say? But no, for me, when it came to my segment, she could have just easily said, yeah, he just asked this question. But no, I did a whole Get Ready With Me on TikTok, and she saw that on my For You page and she recognized me from TikTok when I appeared on TV. I'm like, what the heck? Like, that is actually crazy because my TikTok video with my Hell Get Ready With Me went crazy viral as well. So many people like reached out and saw. And I was just like, guys, I'm so overwhelmed right now. One thing I will say though, like, I will never change who I am if I was to ever become famous because I feel like whatever, like, even now, this goes to show a lot more of how I function in an everyday life, especially with someone on the spectrum. I get overwhelmed by a lot of people, like, at once. Like, not in terms of crowds and all of that, but people wanted to talk to me. Because you know me, I have to sometimes drift and just have my distance. So I was getting thousands of DMs and I just had to like, yeah, it was a lot. But no, I've got to say, let's talk about the experience. So obviously being back on Aftersun again, they revamped the studio. It was so fun. We had a glass of wine before we went on set, guys. Like, it was so fun. You get to watch the episode an hour before it goes live on TV at 9 o'clock. So we got to watch at 8 o'clock with no ad breaks. Can you imagine? That is so electric. Come on. I love that. And we had the presenter beforehand, before Maya Jama came out. And then obviously, so I don't think you guys knew this already. I've spoken about it on my TikTok, but I'm going to do this for the channel as well. Aaron, Badibo, sorry, I don't want to pronounce your name wrong. I'll just call you Aaron Kwame, as I know right now. But the Casa Islander who just recently got dumped off, he went to college. We went to college together. So we know each other personally, and I haven't seen him in years. So we reunited for the first time on Aftersun. It was actually such a wholesome catch-up. Obviously, we didn't get to properly catch up because security was bare tight that day, because I was part of the audience. So when the show ended, like the show finished airing, I couldn't go over and speak to him, which was actually so annoying because the security just like locked us off. I'm like, hi. And I'm actually friends with him. I'm like, sorry, you're gonna have to catch up with him another time. I was like, oh no! But Aaron, if you're watching this, and I'm gonna shout you out and tag you and whatever, but we need to have a catch up, and I would love to get you on my podcast. Like, this would actually, I've got so much I need to ask you, because first and foremost, you need more screen time. You deserve so much more screen time. But so as you know, I am the one that asked the question to Priya. Yes, I told you I was gonna ask a question again, didn't I? Especially as I asked a question to Alima last year. So my question to Priya, well, no, it wasn't to Priya. It was to Yasmin about Priya. Sorry, that was a bit messed up. But my question to Yasmin was about Priya's friendship and if the girls were the right people to be friends with. Genuinely speaking, I just want to touch upon that. No. Sorry, Jasmine and Mika have stabbed you in the back so many times, and you know what? Yasmin has even said like yes and no, because in kind of a way, they have supported her in terms of they had each other's backs in certain situations, in some argumentative situations. But whenever, because Priya is just being taken for a mug, and I don't like that for her. At first, I obviously found her like, oh yeah, nah, she was doing the most. But now I'm starting to feel sorry for her because Jasmine and Mika have basically just stabbed her in the back with the men that she's been with. Like, especially as Samraj called her the ick, and Mika was just basically doing nothing about it, and then they were playing off and sneaking off while she was in a couple with Samraj. And then with Jasmine, obviously being with Jordan. Jordan's a sleazeball, by the way. Don't like him. But Jordan and Jasmine, obviously, Jordan wanted to be with Jasmine, and then like Priya wanted to be with Jordan, so it was given one-sided. So I just feel like it was a bit of like a one-sided kind of interaction there in that situation. But I genuinely think them girls are always gonna have each other's backs until the end of the show. They're not gonna last outside. Like Tyreek said, they're gonna go to PLT and they're never gonna speak again, which is actually so true. But yeah, maybe I've had a lot of people asking me though. I'm gonna be so real. I am gonna be the time to actually say this. People have asked me if I wanted to go on Love Island for 20,000 times. And I'm gonna say it to you right now. Probably not. I was hear me out. I wanted to go on there way before in my time. And I was like, yeah, no, I wanted to get exposure, famous. You see with me, right? To go on a reality TV show, I would need to go back home. Because that's my thing. And I made a video about it. You can check out my Instagram as well, my personal one. I basically spoke about, as an autistic person, why I wouldn't be able to handle Love Island. But I would also say now, I would be able to handle going on TV. Just I wouldn't be able to go on a TV show locked away in a villa for 2 months without no family, no friends, no contacts, and having nobody to kind of like interact with, and then being able to have the space to like wind down, because I overstimulate a lot and my sensory overloads have come a lot more like common and reoccurring. So I can't be having that like on screen. So that will be like my only setback amongst other reasons as well. And then being on reality TV itself, I will happily go on there. As long as it's just like a one and done thing, or we go away on a couple of days, like a camp or something. If it's like, the most I would do is like a 3-day camp or like a 5-day camp. Maybe like a week if I want to stretch it, just to go away and just be on TV for that week. But not for 2 months where I literally like lose my whole life. Like, it's summer, like, because Love Island falls in the summer. So Love Island falls in the summer. So I'm going to be missing out on the birthdays, the summer festivals, even like Father's Days in June always. So I'm going to miss out on that. So I just feel like just the intimacy of not being around my loved ones, I find it very hard to like detach from people and stuff. Like, because I always need to have a specific routine. So yeah, that's my only thing. So I probably wouldn't go on Love Island. Maybe my mind could be changed. I could just apply for it anyway and just like see what happens. But yeah, as of right now, I just rather like go on TV to go back home, if that makes sense. And that's all I have time for today. I'm going to say thank you guys for keeping up with the episode. You guys are the best. Make sure you've locked in. Maya Jama, you are a baddie. Keep staying a baddie. I forgot to mention, yeah, because I saw her as well. But yes, my socials, Instagram, Spotify, and YouTube, and the Ishy's Life Superstars Pod. All the links will be in the description. And next week, I have the most exciting person that you guys have literally been waiting for, as I've been mentioning this man's name for the longest of time. So, prepare to get amazed. Anyways, see you later, and peace out.